Students in Tigray have been forced to drop out of school due to the war, traumatized by the non-stop aerial bombardments in so much more atrocities that went on for the past two consecutive years across the region. They said that they have long started to run out of hope of pursuing their education.
It's been almost 3 years since we stopped learning school, not even learning, since we stopped thinking of the future. And when I describe the situation, in this war, many children were actually hurt, not only physically, but psychologically. We don't think we had no hope of learning. All we care about was surviving.
I would say it was a very bad experience to experience at such a young age. I think because of the war and later on everything that happened because of the war is very bad, and it stopped a lot of millions of people in Tigray, which are basically most students, and suffered a lot of maybe not physical traumas but a lot of psychological traumas. And it's very hard for teenagers, kids that actually learn and want to pursue their educational dreams to succeed because of the war. It's very hard to imagine your future through all that chaos and misery. So I think it was a very horrifying experience.
As known, so it's been 3 years since we stopped learning education, and it's really hard at this time, to continue the dreams that you had because of this situation.
It was a very tough situation. We were suffering, and millions of people died. And I don't know, we were running out of hope. But now I hope things will get back to how they were before.
The students have also expressed their hopes over the Pretoria Peace Accord because it would enable them to go back to school and pursue their education furthermore. Moreover, they demanded for the reconstruction of educational facilities that were destroyed and agreed upon.
At the moment that we heard about the peace that they have started earlier, we have hope of going back to school. Actually, it was so much hard for us. Even the schools are not ready for that because of the situation. But we're so much happy that our dream is gonna come true.
I'm happy that they finally agreed, and I hope all the agreements will come to an action because, at the end of the day, what matters is when it comes to action. The first and most important thing that we need is humanitarian aid, because sometimes it's really even hard to walk on the street because there are a lot of children who needs your help, and knowing that you are still unable to help them because you are in the same situation.
Now we all know that humans' life is very precious. We shouldn't lose innocent people because of some disagreement. We need peace, that's all.
Gabriel Christos Kahsai, a school teacher on his part, said that students whose academic progress have been hampered by the war in Tigray need to be psychologically treated, as they have been traumatized by it for the past years.
They've seen a lot of damage, they've seen people dying, they've seen the drones hovering on the sky, and they were totally distracted. So these kids or these students, all Tigrayan people are really happy for this, but they will still look forward to see the real implementation of the deal. And if this all happened or this all become real, the students will be more excited more than the adult people, because the students are coming back to school. They miss their classmates, they miss their teachers, even they miss their schools. So I hope these students will be really delighted. But still, these students need some psychological healing.
Lastly, both the students and the teacher called on the international community to keep up the work it is doing to affirm its commitments in bringing the agreement into effect.
I would love to say thank you for the international community for all their efforts to make this peace agreement work. I would say I just want to say I hope that they stick around and they keep pushing this peace agreement till is implemented on the surface, because even though the peace agreement is signed, there's still people who are dying day to day, and I cannot imagine the traumas, the horror that people in rural villages and other places that it's very hard to survive.
My message to the international community is we seek an immediate action. It's not just an agreement paper. They need to take action, and they need to implement it to our, like, Tigrai. And people are dying because of they're not having an action. They're not taking an action. So we seek an immediate action.
Well, the international community have been putting a lot of pressure to bring this to reality, and I still urge the international community to put all their efforts to make everything happen, because this is a great deal, especially for Tigray people, because they are suffering a lot. So I urge them, or I tell the international community to still push, to still urge to bring peace to our country.